Why won't you get out and talk with us? Are you a con man, sir?
An unlicensed contractor doing dangerous and sloppy construction targets an area widow, taking thousands of dollars for work never even completed. Tonight, 8 News investigative reporter A.J. Lagoe confronts the man charged with that crime and exposes how criminal contractors are targeting Virginia families every day.
Mr. Munden, A.J. Lagoe, I'm from Channel 8 News. I need to talk with you about this case involving Mrs. Rucker. Wanted to know why you didn't go back and finish that job.
DeJuan Munden likes to portray himself as a high roller, a well-heeled businessman, and motivational speaker. But as Robin Rucker learned, it's all a facade.
He wasn't who he portrayed himself to be, and I had to learn that the hard way.
During the summer of 2012, DeJuan Munden, along with his wife Nicole, were operating a company known as D&N Contractors. Rucker signed this contract, hiring Munden to work on her Louisa County home.
He, found a target when he found me.
Robin had just lost her husband.
This guy knew that my husband had recently passed, and I think that he thought it was a good opportunity for him to run a scam.
Munden began construction on a porch, but work stalled.
He kept stringing me along the whole summer, one excuse after the other.
And the price kept going up.
He was just asking for more money, more money.
You lost thousands of dollars.
I did. I lost thousands of dollars, and, I would probably never recover it.
That's because Munden just quit showing up. Turns out he's not even licensed to be a contractor.
Mr. Munden is not associated with any licensed contractor firm.
DPOR, Virginia's Department of Professional and Occupational Regulation, took out warrants for Munden's arrest, charging him with construction fraud. He was even listed as Central Virginia's Fugitive of the Week before turning himself in.
Why you didn't go back and finish that job?
I'm going in the court.
Well, can you tell us why you took $30-some thousand from her and didn't finish the job?
While Munden ducks our questions, Mrs. Rucker got more bad news. Munden left her with more than just an unfinished job.
We started talking to her and we're like, look, everything's got to come down. I was like, none of this is going to be up to code.
Chris Moyer and Charles Burris are the licensed contractors hired to finish what Munden started.
As a professional contractor, just not acceptable what was done?
Not acceptable. Not at all. I wouldn't have this guy build me a doghouse. It's that bad.
When building the porch foundation, Munden poured tons of concrete over the top of plywood and hollow fence posts. It was already beginning to buckle.
It's a safety hazard for that concrete being like that, because if it ever was to fall, somebody could potentially die.
My grandkids, I think about that, it was just horrible and unsafe.
Mr. Munden, will you stop and answer our questions?
Yes, sir, please.
You took $30,000 and didn't do much work out there. Why is that?
We may not know why, but we do know for DeJuan Munden, taking money and not doing the job is SOP, Standard Operating Procedure. Digging into his past, we learned he's a serial criminal with numerous arrests and convictions. In 2005, he was convicted of taking more than $1,000 from a Richmond man for construction work he never performed. In Henrico, he was found guilty of prohibited acts by a contractor. And in Chesterfield County, he was convicted of construction fraud. In this case, he took nearly $1,000 to tear down an old porch and build a new brick one. This is how he left the home. Court transcripts show he gave the homeowners a number of excuses for not doing the work, including a flat tire, the weather, and a death in the family. Basically, the exact same story he spun for Robin Rucker.
He's sick, his car broke down, his aunt passed away, he's in the hospital. Just one excuse after the other, playing on my sympathies.
But he couldn't even offer one excuse for his behavior when we tried to question him.
Why won't you get out and talk with us? Are you a con man, sir? Why don't you stop and talk with us?
Robin Rucker is filing a lawsuit trying to get her money back, and the criminal case against DeJuan Munden is going forward in Louisa.
All right, that's really remarkable stuff there, AJ. How widespread a problem is this issue with unlicensed contractors taking advantage of unsuspecting homeowners?
Well, unfortunately, Juan, it happens all the time. DPOR tells me between 2010 and 2012, they successfully prosecuted 170 criminal cases against unlicensed contractors, resulting in more than $500,000 in court-ordered restitution. But really, that's just the tip of the iceberg, just the cases where the crooks actually got caught.
And AJ, I'm sure a lot of folks at home want to know, how can they protect themselves and make sure that they're hiring a reputable contractor?
Well, Amy, it's easy to go to DPOR's website and make sure the contractor you're dealing with is licensed. Those who investigate construction fraud tell me that's the very first thing you should do.
Folks should know that the vast majority of licensed contractors are upstanding folks with whom they should do business. They just need to watch out and check and be very wary of anyone who's unlicensed, because there are often reasons why they're not licensed.
Now, DPOR also has a bunch of tips and warning signs to look out for when you're hiring a contractor. We've put all the links you can check out on our website at WRIC.com.